Claude Design has been making the waves lately, and if you're in the UX design space or you're a product person who wants to build stuff with AI, you should definitely check out Claude Design. In today's video, I am going to walk you through what it feels like to be able to create designs and build products using Claude Design. We are also going to look at some of the features, how to make tweaks, how to make changes to your design, and we're going to talk about what you can achieve with Claude AI. Now, to get started with Claude AI, all you need to do is go to claude.ai/design. I'm going to put a link in the description, but once you've gone into the URL, this is the first thing you're going to see. You're going to see this Claude Design interface by Anthropic Labs, and you're going to have the opportunity to either create a prototype, a slide deck, create from a template, or explore other things. Our focus for this particular video is going to be in the prototype section. So you can either start with a wireframe or start with a high fidelity prototype. And if you notice, whenever we do wireframes are basically for quick ideations, right? That part of the ideation process where you don't want to put enough effort into the details of the design. But what these AI tools have helped us do in recent time is bridge the gap between that ideation on high fidelity, where you don't have to spend too much time on ideation. So right now, with the use of all these AI tools, you can go right into high fidelity, which is what we are going to be trying out because we are most interested in the high fidelity. So for here, we are going to say service provider marketplace, because that's the kind of product we're trying to build. And I'm going to click on create. Now it's going to go further to ask us some more questions, and it needs context. So you can see here you have stats with context, and you can bring in a design system, you can add a screenshot, you can attach a database, or you can drag in a file from Figma. So I'm going to go right into the prompt and just ignore all of this. You have start with sketch here, where if you click on this, it's going to ask you to start drawing some stuff. I actually don't know how useful this can be, but our focus here is to create this prompt. So you can also see there is this little pill element right here at the top, at the bottom here, right? That signifies all of the things we've clicked. We clicked on high fidelity prototype and interactive prototype. Even the start with sketch that we clicked showed here. So we are just going to remove that because we don't want to start with sketch, and I'm going to close up this sketch section. Now here in this prompt, I'm going to go into paste the prompt that I want so I don't waste time typing it. Build an app for a service marketplace where service providers such as handymen, plumbers, carpenters, tailors, etc. can sell their service, and clients can book an appointment and purchase their service. So this is the app we're trying to build, and let's click on send. And let's see what Claude Design can generate for us. So as you can see, the first thing it's going to do is to ask us a couple of questions. One is, which side of the marketplace should we focus on? It could be the client booking service, the service provider managing bookings, both with a toggle, decide for me. So for now, I'm just going to click on both with a toggle. Let's see what that looks like. Platform, so mobile app, Android frame, responsive web app. So I'm going to click mobile app, iOS frame. Visual direction, I think I like this blue, black, and light blue. It seems very subtle and professional. The white and black seem very basic, and I think this blue makes sense. So for personal brand, we are going to choose decide for me because I don't want to waste too much time on that. For the service, we're going to select decide for me. Which flow should I build out? Browse, search services. I think this. The service provider profile. We also book this. For checkout and payments, we can ignore that. I think this is very important. Then viewings and ratings. So I'm just going to select all of this. How do clients book? So decide for me, what should make this feel novel versus an existing app. I'm just going to go with decide for me. We don't want to waste too much time, but if you're actually building a product that you really do care about and you want to take to market, you might want to pay attention to all of these details and make sure it builds what you want. So how many design variations? I'm going to click on decide for me. What tweak would you like exposed? Decide for me. So I don't want to spend too much time because the whole idea is to show you guys how to use this and what kind of results you're going to get from Claude Design. So let's click on continue, and all we're going to do is wait while it thinks, right? And you're going to see what we can get out of this particular prompt. This is an amazing design, pretty standard what you will get from a typical AI build, but this is really good. We have all of the pages that we've specified that we want to build on, and we can switch between these pages down here, and we can also switch between the client's view and the provider's view. You can see here we also have some additional pages for the provider, which is only the listing page and the today's page. Now, back in the client section, you can use the edit button to make minor changes to this. So if we select this section, for instance, you're going to have a control panel here that can adjust some of the properties of this section for you. You can also switch and select maybe the icons and try to make changes to the color or some of the things that you would want to change. Okay, so if you have something really big that you want to change that is not part of this little detail change here, maybe when you hover on a text or a section or an icon, there is a way to go around this, and is with the use of comments. So let's try to go through the process of booking an appointment. Let's click on book now right here and select a particular service provider, and we hit on this book appointment button. If we zoom in a bit, you're going to see there is a little bit of a padding challenge on this input field. So we can leave a comment here and just click here and then add more padding to the left of the input fields, and then you can click on comment. So once you click on comment, it's going to add all the comments that you're creating on this particular file in this comment section, or you also have an option to directly send that comment to Claude. So if you click on this section, for instance, let's say we don't like the text and we say change the font type for today or tomorrow. So let's say this particular font type, for instance, you can directly send this to Claude without having to leave the comments. Let's comment this out, and then when it's time to, let's say, make all of these general changes, you can then come here, select the change you want or the comments you want. For this instance, you're going to select the first one, and then you can now click on send to Claude. What this does is it's just basically prompting Claude to make those changes through all of the comments that you've left across the board. All right, so right here we can see that it's done making changes based on the comments we have, and you have a little banner here that says reload for new version. So once we've reloaded, let's see if we have those changes right here in this input field. No, those changes are definitely not there. Maybe it's because we have a typo error and we asked it to add the padding to the left to the search input. Now we are not trying to add a padding to the search input. Maybe this is what it did, but again, that's the issue with prompting. You have to get your words right. Sometimes AI can make the adjustment for you, and sometimes it can definitely miss what you want, even if the comments that we had was directly on this section. So you have to be very careful about that. Another thing you could do is to export your designs. If you click on the share button here, you can see export as PDF, send to a Canva, export as a standalone HTML. But one thing that's missing here is exporting to Figma, because sometimes you want to be able to take these designs into Figma so that you can make tweaks to it, so that you don't burn through your tokens. Which brings us to another very important question, which is who can access this Claude Design? Of course, Claude Design is part of the paid version. You have to be on the Claude Pro, Max, or whatever subscription plan on Pro. I tried to access this earlier with an account that I'm not subscribed with, and this is what you're going to see. Claude Design is available to users only on subscription plans. So you might need to be subscribed to access this. Now, if you're trying to also move this from your Claude Design directly into your Figma, you might also need to have some type of Figma subscription to be able to have full access to the Figma MCP. Now, there is a few tokens that is given to the starter plan in Figma, which is the free plan, but it is very insignificant. You won't really be able to do anything. Once you try to use the Figma MCP, before you can even generate a navbar out of it, you're out of that free token. So before you can generate like a full page, for instance, using the Figma MCP, especially when you're connecting with Claude Code, you will definitely need to be on a subscription. So this can actually pile up really fast in terms of the kind of subscription you need to pay to stay ahead in all of this AI tools and be able to build effortlessly. You need to have like a Figma subscription or your Claude. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys, and in subsequent video we are going to be going to the most interesting part of Claude Design, which is the setting up of design system. Because one thing that we can see right here is the fact that most of the designs generated by Claude have a very similar theme or template based on like the typography, style, the color templates, the color palettes. All of these things are very similar and they feel like a template because the same app that someone else generated in Claude looks like yours. So the most powerful part of Claude so far has been the setting up of design system. So if you have an existing brand or you want to create a unique feel for your products or your design, you will need to set up your design system and then use that design system to continue working or generating your designs. So we're going to be looking at that in the subsequent videos. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you get my videos whenever they drop. Thank you so much, guys, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.